What's up, guys? Benny. Kanye told us, man. Listen to this.
People like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So how the they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
Man, he said Pusha T and he said Jay-Z were the ones who were lying to the entire industry, the entire movement, the entire culture. And it's always the people you least expect, right? It's always, Jay-Z, the guy who does music videos, literally making out with Satanists, Maria Abramovich, the spirit cooking dinner, truly the Satanist master of the entertainment industry, hugging and kissing her live in public. The woman is literally the personification of evil. And this is how it works, right? This is what you have to do in order to get famous. And you'll lose your soul. And Kanye warned us, Jay-Z and Pusha T, if they told you the truth, they would go to jail. Well, now what do we find out in the Epstein Files? That one of the alleged Epstein victims named Jay-Z and Pusha T as abusers. Now, I don't really want to read the allegations. You can go find them yourself. I'll give you the actual. This is it on the on the DOJ website. And there are a lot of lurid allegations. So I just want to start off by saying, listen, they're just allegations. Prove them in court. There's plenty of abuse victims here for Epstein. There's plenty of abuse victims that want everyone to know more and hear more. The DOJ has, of course, redacted the names and the likenesses, the images, whether it be on video or whether it be hard copies of the images or the court documents. They're not going to release the names of victims for Jeffrey Epstein, and there's lots of them. But listen, there's lawsuits going on. And so we just want to say that, like, anybody who abused any woman, like whether it's Jay-Z or whether it's people that you might least expect. There's some really heinous stuff coming out about the royal family and, of course, Bill Clinton. Like, go after all of it. As far as I'm concerned, you have to go after all of it. Now, here we go. Jay-Z has been announced on Epstein's list. Now, what is this? It is an allegation. It's pretty sick. It just has to do with sexual abuse, right? We're not going to be reading all the details of these allegations. You can read them for yourself, okay? Same thing we did with Donald Trump. There are allegations against Donald Trump. What we don't have in this file is what the feds decided on this. With Donald Trump, we had there were pretty salacious and grotesque allegations against Donald Trump. And then what we had were the feds saying, well, this individual who's making these allegations never met Trump. It's secondhand. It's gossip stuff. She actually belongs on psychiatric meds. She's been determined to be psychiatrically unstable, like psychotically unstable. That's what the feds determined. That's inside of the document. So the people that publish the allegations against Trump, but then don't say what the Federal Crisis Center and intake determined with those allegations, they're being knowingly deceptive. All I'm saying here, I'm just going to read you what the what the takeaway is here for the allegations against Jay-Z and Pusha T, obviously another big time rapper and rap industry insider. And what happened? The allegations are stunning. Abduction, 1996. This is the year that Jay-Z dropped his first album. Epstein Mansion. We know that Epstein was operational in 1996. He was visiting the White House with Bill Clinton. He was at the White House 19 different times. She said she was abducted. The documents claim Pusha T as one of the handlers who helped drug the victims. Now, we know, by the way, that this is, again, I'm not saying they're connected, but we know this was what happened with Diddy. We know that Diddy would drug these girls and that they'd show up by the van loads. We have video. They have video of that. Now, the feds, James Comey's daughter, I can't believe it's true, but James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey, is the one who was brought in to make sure that these big-time Democrats did not get charged correctly. This happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. This happened with Diddy. And she, I personally believe, was there as a DOJ protection mechanism to make sure that the people who donated to the Democrat Party didn't actually face charges. And nonetheless, they weren't able to get the Diddy charges to stick. Diddy is in prison right now, but the biggest charges against him didn't stick. What will happen to Jay-Z? Well, Jay-Z seemed to be panicked. Jay-Z has deleted all of his Instagram, and Beyonce is apparently losing millions and millions of followers. It's very interesting. Beyonce has lost 10 million followers on Instagram after Jay-Z was named in the child sex trafficking case. Okay, yikes. She's lost some big followers too from inside of the industry. Is the industry like going to come clean here? Jay-Z and Pusha T are accused of assaulting a girl, accused of kidnapping. These are not the first kidnapping allegations that have been made against Jay-Z. There are other multiple pending lawsuits that connected to Diddy, actually the Diddy lawsuits. We've covered those on the program. So this is not the first kidnapping from a young woman or abuse allegation against Jay-Z. Nonetheless, this is what is in the documents. Again, you can go ahead and find it right here. Here's the actual DOJ landing page. People who are no longer following Jay-Z on Instagram after the Epstein Files were released: Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, the mother-in-law, Kelly Rowland, Apple Music, NFL. No public statements made. Who wants their brand associated with controversy like this anyway? What? Yikes. I also find that many people are noting that while left-wing entertainment media has been going after Nicki Minaj all week, who, by the way, is clean as a whistle. And what I mean by that is she's not in the Epstein Files. There's been no reporting on Jay-Z. Seems odd. Here's some reporting from the New York Post here. Jay-Z in the Epstein dump. He was accused of abuse along with Pusha T. So there you go. Jay-Z listened to the Epstein Files and somehow TMZ blogs are crickets. The pattern is there. Y'all are choosing to ignore it. The year Jay-Z released his first album was the year he reportedly drugged and sexually abused a young girl. He also groomed Aaliyah and Beyonce. I mean, that's indisputable. I mean, they talk about this, right? That they're out in the open. There's plenty of interviews about that. Partaking in these acts was his initiation into the occult and the reason why he's allowed to release music and become a part of the club. This is how the elite operate. It's all one big club. That's what everyone's saying. They destroyed Kanye's life, slandered Nicki Minaj, but the leftoids have no energy for Jay-Z. Also, could somebody explain this haircut? I did not know that's what Jay-Z currently looks like. The guy looks like he's under a lot of stress, honestly. Jay-Z's company chooses the halftime performers for the Super Bowl, and it's Bad Bunny, cross-dressing, demonic Bad Bunny, who says he's going to use his show in order to push queer rights. That's an exact quote from the artist Bad Bunny. Deviance. Is it making sense now? There you go. People are mass unfollowing the accounts. I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying we're here to report the allegations. They're in the files. So they're in the files, and we don't have again, as we covered yesterday, the FBI has stated definitively that they have absolutely no evidence that President Trump did anything wrong, and you can see that in file after file after case after case. So this is what it is. Is it the same thing with Jay-Z? Time will tell. Time will tell. That's what it is. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.